What's going
All right.
on, Jersey City?
I think we're live on this thing. Yes. Can we
We're
hear Steve?
live.
Is he there?
What's going on,
Yo,
guys?
yo, yo.
All right. We're here. You're live with 21 Kings. We got a lot of fun for you guys planned for the next hour or so. I'm joined here with our guitarist, Stefan. Say
What's
hi,
going
Stefan.
on? Stefan Hazeldike on the guitars, vocals. Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah. And we got Steve, my brother.
What's
on
up,
drums.
guys? Steve on the drums.
And I'm John Nicosia, and I'm your bassist and your singer. We're going to give you guys a whole bunch of fun stuff, like I said, in this next hour. What we're going to do is answer some questions from viewers. We're also going to take a look at a few different Quarren Jam performances that we put together for this. So we'll be cutting to a few of those. We also have a few songs from our last show at Maxwell's. Maxwell's, rest in peace. I saw them, by the way, boarding it up, and I think it's becoming probably some condo or something now. Who knows?
Oh,
but,
man.
Yeah.
the fabled Maxwells of Hoboken. So we got some good clips from our last show there as
Freaking
well.
Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers played there, man. Like, come on.
Another classic NJ spot. Kicks the bucket. But we do have some good memories there. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But basically the way we cook this up, how we want to do it is kind of go through a chronology of our songs from our first EP up till now. And so we cut together the songs in that way, and you'll see. Well, with that, I guess we'll go into some of our questions here. So we have two just to kick it off here. First one comes to us on Instagram from City Life NJ Loves, who says, "How did you all meet?" A good question to kick it off. So me and Stefan go way back. I think we had ninth grade Spanish class together.
Even before
Actually,
that, we had seventh grade English class. Even before that, that's where we first met.
That's right, yeah. But ninth grade is when we started our friendship and listening to Dennis Leary
Dennis
jokes
Leary's
and
asshole song, which Steve, you at the time said you learned on Acoustic.
Yeah,
And I remember
yeah.
John telling me about that. He was like, yo, my brother said he learned the asshole song.
Classic track,
Yeah.
dude. Classic
Great song.
track. Yeah.
Great
Great
song.
one.
And yeah, it's funny because that's what really, I think ninth grade, but by I think mid 10th grade is when Stefan and I started playing rock instruments, because Stefan already had played piano and stuff. But
I played piano and I tried to pick up guitar for a little bit, but I gave up on it. But then finally, John, you started to pick up bass. And then so I took the Les Paul Jr. Epiphone out from like all the dust it collected. And I still remember trying to learn Josie by Blink-182. Just in your basement with Steve just yelling at me like, no, hit this note here, hit this note here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Which is funny because Steve started as a guitar player as well, which got me into it. And but meanwhile, he went on to also play drums for fun. But in this band, he found his way all the way to being the drummer.
Back to being the drums again, yeah.
Yeah, but he brings all of that to the table too. He'll write us demos on guitar and stuff. So it's good that we're all kind of multi-instrumentalist a little bit.
Right, it's good.
Yeah, and his singing voice ain't half bad too.
Yeah. Only for demos. Only demos. Only demos.
And that actually good. I see another question here that's in the same vein, which is coming from Chris on Facebook. It says, when did all of you decide to try playing together? So that's a good segue, I guess, into Stefan actually wrote the first song. We had been in other bands, we had done other things, but after like a lull, and Steve was in another side project, Stefan, I remember, came to us with the song.
One thing
you could
was
tell,
too is
Stefan.
we were playing all these covers just constantly, and finally I wrote the chords and the I guess you'd call it the lead part, but the bass eventually took over it for patterns, and I don't know, just something just clicked, and I started writing lyrics to this song, and finally everything just gelled together.
Yeah,
and then
it was cool,
just
and
this
then
explosion of creativity from it.
Yeah. But we jammed even before that, just on like, random covers and stuff like that. So we always were jamming at some point. But then, like you said, you brought that original, and and then like the rest is history with all the songs that like came out of it, which is like, it's pretty crazy how a lot of original music came out of the three of us. Like, you know,
Yeah, and I think that was
surprisingly.
2015. So here we are, like 5 years later, and all the gigs and stuff.
Right.
Speaking of gigs, that actually is a good setup for us here. So the first song we're going to play to you is that first song that Stefan wrote that got the whole 21 Kings train rolling, and that's Patterns. So here it is, live from our last performance at the famous Maxwell's in Hoboken, Patterns.
Maxwell, this little soft number for you there.
All right, so that was a taste of our first song ever, Patterns. We got another question here coming from Anna C on Facebook, who asks, Who writes the music? Is it a collaboration? Who comes up with the lyrics? Do you ever completely change a song because it's not what you expected? So that's actually several questions, and I'll just answer one off the bat, which is we all write the music. So Stefan wrote that first song, but we've all written parts, whole songs. We work together on songs. So it is a collaboration for sure.
Right.
To the changing a song after, or changing it right before, I guess you need to record it. Like, I rewrote Colin while we were in the studio, basically, because I didn't like how it sounded.
Yeah. My favorite chorus, when you showed me that, I always tell you, I was like, it's a banger. It's a banger for sure, that chorus, yeah.
Yeah, what's interesting too with the lyrics, which I find when I talk to other bands and musicians, is, I mean, we sometimes have a couple lyrics scrawled, like Stefan may have some scrawled down, but for the most part, like, we write the lyrics when we're done with the song. Like, we make the whole instrumental, we work it out, and maybe we make a vocal melody, but like any song that I wrote the lyrics for the band, like, it was done like all the way after the song, the instrumental was made. Maybe sometimes there's a piece or a couple lyrics.
I don't think we've ever had a track that was lyrics before music.
Yeah, it's just not our style. So interesting thing about 21 Kings there.
Instruments first.
So yeah, that's right. And I think actually a good point is how this next song we're going to play you from Maxwell's. This is I Can't Tell, which is another song off of our first EP, which Patterns was on as well. So this one started that same way. I wrote a bass line that I really liked, and I recorded it on my phone and brought it to the band practice one day. Stefan laid on the guitar, and we had this dancey drum beat from Steve, and there it was. I Can't Tell was born. Definitely one of our fan favorites. We hope you enjoy it too. Here it is, I Can't Tell.
It's a little dancing number called I Can't Tell. We need your guys' help to play it. Just help us out. When the chorus comes out, you'll hear it. Just give us an I Can't Tell.
Or if you're feeling under the weather like I am, just give it a little I Can't Smell.
Sinus.
Hey, it's all good, man.
He's a musician, not a comedian.
Okay.
Thank you, Maxwell.
All right, that was I Can't Tell. Our next question is from Anna D. How did you learn to mix and record your songs? So what we did is we tried on our own for a bit, but then we went to a real studio, and from that experience, we really learned what it was we needed to do to actually make the song sound good in the end.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually, even years before, we used like Ableton and things like just on our own to record, and those recordings are so bad because we didn't know anything about EQ or compression or anything. All we knew was how to press record and how to write it to an MP3. But
Exactly.
Being in the studio, yeah, Playmasters taught us a lot there as far as like really how to set up, your microphones and stuff like that. So we learned some from that. And then honestly, just tons of YouTube videos and stuff, learning how to use Logic, which is primarily what we use, and just learning mixing techniques, different plugins, things like that. And each song, it gets a little better and a little better.
Hashtag YouTube University.
That's right. Yeah. So we have a long way to go, but I think we got to a point where our songs are passable now, and we're saving a few bucks as well because we do it ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's more creative doing it by yourself too, and there's like no pressure. You can change things when you want to. You're not under the gun of being in a studio and knowing that pay is involved also. And when you go in a studio, everything needs to be kind of like ready and know exactly what you want to do. Right. And you kind of get rushed too. So doing it at home is a good thing.
We also do a little like writing while recording sometimes. Like we often will have the song done, but sometimes you just get those ideas while you're recording. Like, let's add this vocal harmony. Let's add this other guitar part,
like
whatever.
I said, I rewrote Colin right in the studio there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But in a studio, you could be running up the bill as far as hours when you do stuff like that. Traditionally, you go to the studio, you want to go in with your songs learned perfectly, go in, record, and get out, Unless you find a good cheap studio or it's a friend's or something. But
right.
Another question we got from Anna D asking, what's each of your favorite song to perform live and why? Anyone know off the top? A few that come to mind for me right off the bat. I love Too Far Gone. That's a fun, tight one. I think it's a good summary of our sound. It's like a little bit rock, a little bit punky, kind of a little more of a poppier chorus. I think it's got everything I like about our band in one little song.
Yeah, I think Find My Way is a good one too at the end. It's a good closer. I always like, I like the faster songs and things that have like a little bit of like halftime, like breakdown kind of like beats and stuff and double time. Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Stephen? What do you like?
I think for me, like the songs like Daily Grind or Colin, anything that gets the audience involved, where you finally hear people singing the lyrics, or you get the crowd riled up, where you can call out to them.
Right, find those songs that have those hooks.
Those are the ones that I enjoy the most.
Yeah. Songs
we've tried to get people to sing "I Can't Tell" every time we have a show, and now finally some of our regulars.
Sometimes it works.
Some of our regulars do sing along now, which is nice. Yeah. Okay, we're going to throw it to another song.
3 words were a freaking application to Harvard.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and with that, I'm going to throw it to another song. One more here from our performance at Maxwell's, and that is the song Photographs. A fun little pop punk number. We hope you guys enjoy it. Here it is.
And here we go.
Photographs.
Maxwell's. Thank you.
All right, our next question is from Chris. Where do you find inspiration for writing your music and lyrics? So, for me personally, a lot of the lyrics and music in general I write is based off of personal experiences. So, it could be anything from daily grind being your day-to-day job, or to something like Tamarindo, imagining you're on the best resort in the world, just in the tropics and enjoying yourself.
Right. That's pretty much.
John, you've written quite a few of our songs. Where do you find your inspiration?
Yeah, I find I usually, they flow the easiest when I have some kind of idea in mind. Even though I might not have the lyrics, as we said in that other segment, I find that if I have some kind of idea, like a line or two about what maybe the music feels like to me, then I can build around it and know like, oh, I want this like heavy, riffy rock part here because of the emotion of the whatever kind of story I have in my head.
Right.
Sometimes it's more, admittedly, we're going for more of a poppy sound or a poppy type of song. So it's a little bit more common denominator story, love song kind of thing for usually more of the like pop punk numbers that we have.
Yeah.
But Stefan in particular, you'll see, I think we're going to play some of those later on here. He's got some that are very deep lyrically, and there's a lot of descriptive words and things, and there's like a story to it sometimes. So we draw from real life.
Yeah, nostalgia is a big one. Yeah, nostalgia is a big one as well. From our past, not necessarily experiences, but just I guess they're experiences. When you're younger and hanging out when life wasn't so simple,
so complicated.
Are you quoting? Are you quoting?
Yeah, I'm
Radio Days?
quoting.
Is that what that is?
I'm quoting John's lyric. Yeah,
I think we'll be playing that too in a bit here.
Yeah,
and that actually will lead us well into our next song here, which is Too Far Gone, also from Daily Grind, our second EP. This one lyrically, actually, the theme of this one's about addiction. You can actually check out the lyric video on YouTube and you can see all about exactly what words I'm saying. But check it out here from Maxwell's. Here it is, Too Far Gone.
All right, this next one's the first song off of our new EP, written by John Nicosia this time. This one's called Too Far Gone.
We got one more song for you.
All right, so we got another question here. It's from Karen. The song Tamarindo has a different vibe. Are you working on any others like it? It's a favorite of mine. All right.
Yeah, so Tamarindo
Yeah.
actually is one of those songs that we kind of created by mistake all of a sudden. I had my delay pedal on and it just kind of worked. But to the sense of the vibe of it, we do have a song called Lights Out that's going to be coming out that has that same sort of reggae feel to it as well. Or if you're looking for more of a pop type of thing, we have another song, 30-something Life, that should be out within the end of the year.
Yeah. Not as islandy. It doesn't have that,
No,
the
it's a little
island
more pop
vibes.
punk.
Yeah. But for a summer, like a summer reggae Caribbean style, none of that in the works yet, but yeah.
We'll see. Could there be a Tamarindo sequel? We'll see.
There could be.
Yeah, that's
but
a
glad
fan
you
favorite.
liked it, though. Yeah.
We'll go from city to entire country. We'll go Costa Rica next.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's a fan favorite for sure. Everyone seems to like that one, even though it's not totally representative of us, but we love it too. We play it pretty much at every show. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. Actually, I think we should play it for you guys right now. So this is actually the first Quarren Jam we recorded. And just a quick word about the Quarren Jam. So I had seen this new thing, people record themselves with the backing track, you sync it up. Everyone's calling them a Quarren Jam. Fun little new word there. And basically, I've seen two flavors of it. One is where they kind of just mime to the track just to make like a music video. That's cool, but I wanted to do it the real way. So we actually just took a very basic backing track, all three of us, got on our cameras, set up our microphones and stuff, and really actually played and sang our parts, and then I synced them up in post. So what you're about to hear is all real audio. Obviously, I mixed it, I put some compression and things like that, but this is really it. So here's a live cut of Tamarindo as a Quarren Jam.
Time stands still. Cherish this moment for the rest of my life. Just us together in this paradise. So let's just live in the moment. Let's enjoy the night. We'll be together till the morning light. All our problems seem so far away. Just take a minute. I don't wanna go.
All right, so there's a little Tamarindo for you. We got another question here from Marcin, who asks, what's your favorite part of producing music together? For me, there's always this like little moment, sometimes when we're doing the studio recordings, but usually when we're just jamming and working on the songs, where you know it's going to be like a good song. You get that one little vocal melody, or you get that one riff, and everyone kind of just looks at each other like, yeah, dude, that's it. Like that's the moment that I love, that you're always searching for, that
when
little
you lock in, yeah.
feeling that you know you got something good going. How about you guys?
Right.
I think for me, it's just, you know, when you play a song raw sometimes and you're jamming it and maybe it doesn't sound the best, when you finally are able to make it all come together and bring it all home, and to hear just how epic something just as simple as 4 chords can sound when it's all put together with the harmonies and everything.
Yeah, and a good hook. Like
and
you said,
good
yeah.
hook. It's just, it's the most incredible feeling you can honestly get from it.
Yeah, I also enjoy the long hours of fighting with you, John. Those are the best
Yes.
parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of, yeah.
Honestly,
We seem
though,
so
it
happy
is
on
the
this,
best.
but-
It's like, what
It
would
is.
you rather?
Right.
If there's
In a
something
way.
to fight about, it should be that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that, because then what comes out of that is, you know, something better than it was before. You have to just be open to listen to ideas, and, you know,
Yeah.
that's...
Me and Steve
that's
are
what we
like
do.
the Gallagher brothers or the Davies. We're very we're fighting each other all the time. We
we're
fight
trying
on
to-
how
We're trying to
parts
get to
should
the
go.
same spot. Yeah.
Yeah, we fight about when we're mixing the songs, how certain things should sound. We fight about what EQ cuts we should make on an instrument. It's great.
Right. 200.
And I'm usually over
500.
here laughing in the corner.
Yeah.
240
Right. And you're there
hertz.
going, these fucking guys are crazy.
These fucking dudes.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, what do we got next? Is there a song coming up? Another question? What are we doing
So
here?
yes, we do. We're going to play another Quarren Jam for everybody. This is now we're up to. So we've been going through the chronology here through our various albums. Tamarindo was actually from our last EP, which was Things I Couldn't Say, and now we're up to our new music that's been coming out this year. So this one actually just came out right before Christmas at the end of last year. And that's Broken, which was the first one that we recorded in our new batch of songs. So we decided, of course, why not do a Quarren Jam of that as well? So here it is, a Quarren Jam of our new song, Broken.
Broken.
I day. Try to smile and hide it all away.
I know there's truth behind the lies, the agony that's in your eyes, but please don't feel like you're a failure.
When everything in life feels up to skill,
Remember that I'm always here for you.
don't feel so broken. Right on your own thing. That way can work things out. Stop all the fighting. I'll hold you tightly. Trust me, life will be better soon. To get up seems so hard. To face another day when you're on guard.
It's just a momentary lapse. You don't have to feel attacked and understand it's nothing major.
When all the weight comes crashing through the roof,
Remember that I'm always here for you.
don't feel so broken. Lying on your own thing. That way can work things out. Stop all the fighting. I'll hold you tightly. Trust me, life will be better soon. Come on, I'll give this time. Come on, I'll give this time. Come on, I'll give this time. Come on, come on. Let's take a moment. My doors are open. I don't want to leave so soon. Take in the silence. Your fire is dying. Know that I'll remember you. Don't feel so broken. Lying on your own thing. That way can work
All right, our next question is from Anna. Do y'all have any covers that you love to do live? Well, we did Aeroplane by the Red Hot Chili Peppers for quite a bit there. We tried some Foo Fighters for a little bit. Personally, for me, I would love to do some Black Sabbath or Nirvana if we're going to do a cover in the future.
Yeah, Sabbath is a good one. Good 3-piece. You know, yeah. Very, very, it's perfect for us, actually. I think we should attempt that. Is a good idea.
Yeah, you know,
Did
back
we do
in the
the
day,
Who also, right? We did the Who.
Yeah, we did.
as
My
well?
Generation.
Yeah, we did that, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, at
We gotta
another
bring some of these
Maxwell show.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we did a lot of like pop punk and stuff because that's like our early, you know, inspirations and influence there, all the different pop punk bands. So we used to play a lot of like Blink and Green Day and Sum 41 stuff. But then obviously we got into all the classic rock as like teenagers and we would jam on like Cream. We used to play Jimi Hendrix, that kind of stuff. All your like backyard parties, Stefan, and just playing in the basement and all that.
Super fun stuff.
No, dude, we're going to do 10 years after.
Oh, man.
10 years after.
Yeah.
I'm just going to die.
That was fun. Alvin
And
Lee.
I think we should do even like, you know, some things like Melancholy. Like I think we could cover even a little bit of Alkaline Trio maybe would be very cool.
Nah, dude, we're just going to cover the entire Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack.
Right. Yeah. Or
Now you're talking.
right. Yeah.
son.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2
Here I am,
soundtrack.
doing everything I can.
Yeah. A little Goldfinger.
Motorhead is in 3.
Motorhead. Yeah.
It's great.
And I think who's on there
That's
too?
good.
Rage, which we
Yeah,
also
Rage is on there,
end.
too.
Yeah, we end one of our tracks with we end one of our tracks
Killing of the
live.
Name.
Right.
Do.
Yeah, live.
All right, so we got something a little different for you now. We're going to play you one of our lyric videos. We have a couple different ones, but this is actually from one of our new ones. It's called The Fire Spreads. Stefan, you want to tell us a little bit about what this song is about?
Yeah, so I actually wrote the song a while before a fire was starting to spread. I wrote the song based on the idea that we continuously are destroying our planet in a sense, and then we released it during the Australia fires, which became just so potent and so destructive. But the lyrics to it are just of that. It's, you know, we might just grab a little more than we give back. We might just continue destroying something without rebuilding. That's what this song became about, and now it's really coming to fruition, so we've really got to start paying attention to what we're doing on this planet, guys.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Great instrumental,
so
too. Yeah, great song.
Yeah, it's a heavy, definitely more of like kind of a hard rock Muse influence on this one.
Yeah.
But check it out and make sure to read those lyrics as well. Here it is, A Fire Spreads. All right, so that was a fire spreads. We got another question here coming from City Life NJ Loves again here on Instagram, asking, what are some of the other local favorite musicians that you feel our community should know about? So there's actually a few. Obviously, we've played a lot of shows in Jersey City, Hoboken. We played at Dingbats, a lot of North Jersey venues. And somebody that we've played a lot with is actually Siobhan and the Fuzz. Love those guys. Great, kind of like
now it is just
hard
the Fuzz,
rock
though.
band.
It is the Fuzz.
Oh, right.
Now
It is. Excuse me. Yes, it is the Fuzz
it's the
now.
Fuzz.
Yeah. Siobhan is still with them, but they just changed the name. But great band. Check them out. We've also played with the Components, I think, once or twice here. That was after we won the Battle of the Bands, Jersey City Studios. They're cool. I'm into that kind of hard rock, riffing, Royal Blood, Death from Above kind of deal.
I do got to give a shout out to Fairmont and Neil Sabatino particularly, who keeps continuously trying to build the scene of North Jersey rock as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil's been a lot of help to us. He helps. We send him our songs and stuff. He helps. He gives us feedback, and we've played at Stosh's. We're supposed to play again in June. We'll see what's happening with COVID and all that, but that's a cool spot. The Mint 400, like you said, Neil. Also, I wanted to mention like Sniffling Indie Kids is cool. You know, they have all those local ones, and they do the annual music festival as well. So a lot of cool ones. I wrote a couple down here for this one. I remember we played with the Yeti Shivers, another Jersey City band. And then some others I just wanted to mention as a shout out in general that we played good shows with. Breakout Day, cool pop punk band. I think they're out of Long Island. Definitely up your alley if you're into the pop punk stuff like us. I also wrote down No More Pain. I'm not even sure if they're still doing it, but
They were very,
yeah. Remember them? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
we
at
played
Crossroads. Crossroads, yeah.
Oh,
amazing,
my God.
like progressive kind of shredding rock. Unbelievable, mind blowing.
Yeah, they were great.
And I also wrote down nicest guys ever, not from New Jersey. They're actually from California, but Orange Blossom Special. We actually played that Maxwell's gig. I think you're seeing. I think we played with them.
Yeah.
Really nice guys. We were fortunate to see Anton actually at
Warped Tour.
What was that?
Yeah.
Warped Tour. He was working
Warped Tour
there, and we
AC,
went to say hi to him. So those guys are cool as well. Nice guys. Got another question here. This is a good one too. This is coming from Sketch King on Instagram, asking when is Sketch King? Yeah, when is the next single dropping? So that's a good question. You know, we've been doing a new thing this year, and even since December, we didn't want to do an EP. Originally, we were saying, let's go the other direction, let's go full album. But then we realized, you know, with our lifestyles and just, you know, nobody really seems to get through a full album these days. People are more single focused. We decided to break it up and make the recordings kind of as they finish, we release them.
Right.
So we had 4 new ones come out in the last 6 months or so. And we were ready to release the next one in April, but we had to do the vocals and some other things, and we can't really get together with this whole pandemic going on. So we've been doing some stuff remotely. We've been doing these quarantine jams, but the next one is going to be out is just as soon as we can get together again and get
Sooner
those
than
vocals
later
recorded.
is what I would say. Sooner than later, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So we have that one, which is almost done. That'll be the first one out. That's called Rage. Stefan wrote that one. Hard rocking number. Looking forward to that. And then we have a backlog of like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It keeps growing. Songs that we've
As
worked
we're locked
on.
up in here, yeah, too. As we're like locked home, more and more come
Obviously, we're hoping to get more gigs going as well with all this new music, but unfortunately, just as we were ready to start gigging again, all this stuff hit. So it's cool to be able to do stuff like this. Big shout out to the JC Music Scene people for throwing this together and all the other artists that are on it. This is a good thing for the future anyway, even with live music happening. So maybe we'll see more of this. That's it for our questions, though. So we're going to leave you guys with one more performance. Anything else to say in closing, gentlemen?
Hey, I just hope you guys have enjoyed your time with us here. Real quick, you know, it sucks not being able to meet up, but at least we can still give you some sort of entertainment.
Yeah, as much as we can. I hope you enjoyed our music, you know, and our banter, you know, and stay safe and Wash your dirty hands.
That's right.
That's it.
So we're going to leave you with one last Quarren Jam, which was another single from our latest batch of songs. And that is Radio Days. Radio Days is kind of a throwback to our, 90s childhoods and our like teenage years and goofing off. And it kind of has this little more classic sound to it.
A little bit of
classic.
like a warning, little Green Day warning-ish.
Yeah, I like that
style.
too. Yeah, that's a good description, I'd say. So yeah, here it is. We did this one as a Quarren Jam as well. We hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in to our little time slot here. Again, shout out to JC Music Scene, and stay tuned on this stream for all the other artists that are playing as well as next week's show. Thanks a lot,
Peace,
everybody.
y'all.
Here it is, Radio
Thanks for coming
Days.
out.
We'll see you next time.
Later, guys.
Do you remember all the dreams we had in the radio days? Back when all we ever cared about were the songs that were playing.